Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Skura, also known as Alice in Front, and today we'll be talking about a game I played on stream for Ultimate Guard Live. It was against Mono Red Pinger with Lava Dart. And it's particularly interesting for everyone watching, I assume, because how do you beat Lava Dart, right? Lava Dart is the thing that makes all the fairy players squirm. It's like, oh, please, no, don't do that. And so, I want to show you how you beat Lava Dart. 2 lava darts, 3 lava darts. Now I don't remember if it was 3 or 4 lava darts, with flashback, of course, in a single game. So let's do this. So we open this. So it's game 3. We're on the play. Now this is the hand that we open up. Creature, ninja, lands, good interaction, sniper. However, my friends, there's going to be one interesting thing happening. And this is, like everyone can have a knife, but if someone is better at knife wielding, they're going to win. It's the same thing. These are the cards available, but the way you use them is paramount. And so in this case, what we're going to do, let's see. Bam. Can you believe this? We went land pass. We're not even exposing Fairy Miscreant Hair. And now, okay, we draw a hacker, which is not very good. We're going to go land pass, not allowing any profitable exchanges for the opponent. They also pass. So we play a land, and now we can play Miscreant with double protection. Pass. Okay? No rush just yet. Okay? They play a land, and they pass back. Okay? As long as we're making land drops, we're fine. Now, let's see what we draw. A big ninja. That's an awful draw. But we have to pass back yet again. Opponent draws their 7th card. They tap mana. And they decide, actually, well, no, pass. Now we're missing land drops. And I'm flashing in Spell Stutter purely because I would clean up if I missed a land. And I would force myself into playing like Miscreant. So I might as well just get my 2 drops. Take my 2 drop out of the hand. Spell Stutter theoretically counters everything, but against a Lava Dart deck, it's very lackluster. And so my thought process here is I just want to use my end step mana and my cards. Because it's not like I would have to use them. So I'm picking this spot to use this up, And so let's see what the opponent does with that information or with that approach. They could do a lot of different things. And again, they've got a full hand full of spells. I have no clue what could be there. And they just cash in a bolt because they want to preserve their lands and not sack a land, which is very smart. So not only am I playing against a Lava Dart, but also a very tricky Lava Dart opponent. Now I draw Offward Mind. So there are a couple of things I could do. And I decide, okay, they play their spells. I'm just going to play my spells. My hand is full of spells. So I just want to get them from my hand at this point. Because that poses like it's time to trade resources. And I don't have the cards to play smart or play tricky. I don't have the tools with so many sorcery speed effects. So they go grab the prize. They deal me damage. They've got 1 Lava Dart, 1 looting in the graveyard. They kill my creature. And I untap with nothing else. So what do? I play Hacker and I pass. Okay, this is a moment where I have to play something. You could just pass with Blast Pierce. But I want to progress my game somehow. They play Flame Breather. I let it go. Why? Because I can always kill it with the same spell. There is no reason to do it now. And there is also no reason to do it end step because I don't want to get Pyroblasted. So I'll just untap and I'll just do it now. Because if they Pyroblast, I want to Spell Pierce it back. Which happens. I believe. Yeah, it does happen. So we just Spell Pierce that. And now opponent has an opening to Lava Dart, one of my to Lava Dart the Hacker, but they've been missing land drops. They might not want to go down to 2 lands altogether. Because again, Lava Darting from the graveyard is not free. Remember that. So let's see if they let me connect. And they do. Okay, trigger. So we cycle. We see 4 spells. One of them is castable. Again, I do want to play my spells. So I ditch one of them, a ninja, because that's much more creature reliant. Although, in hindsight, I think I would have discarded off one might, I think, because the likelihood that both creatures survive is kind of low. And we're approaching hardcast ninja territory. I see Brian Barrow Intruder land. And to me, this is a bottom situation. And I do that, okay. Now, they still have got the backside of Lavadar. They still have got the backside of Faithless Looting. They've played a couple of blasts, a couple of bolts. Voldar and Epicure. Now I'm thinking, I just bottomed Intruder, right? Which is pretty unfortunate. Then they Lava Dart one of the creatures, the flying creature. And they have 3 mana up, blood token, 2 cards. I've got the hacker, and I am not really happy about this situation. I just play my divination, and hopefully it resolves. It doesn't resolve, so that's unfortunate. And I actually attack in. I said, okay, let's trade, you know? Like, there are so many things that kill my hacker. Let's just keep the board clear. Not allow you any shenanigans. Because now my plan is to have just land ninja. Now, unfortunately, they have a big turn. Thankfully, amounting not too much, but they have cycled through a couple of cards. And I'm just going, show me bolt. Show me bolt. And there is no Epicure to chump, or there wasn't because I traded. Now there is another one. And there's another Pyroblast. It's like 4th Pyroblast or something. Okay. Well, Ninja Pass. Show me another one. Now, I assume they don't have anything more unless they draw it from Drawstep Blood. Because if they have like a bolt, they would have bolted my ninja, not Pyroblasted. Pyroblast is just better bolt. Because they play for resources, typically. So I assume they don't have one. They need to draw it. They blood away a land. Then they grab the prize of a Faithless Looting. And they pass. Okay. I draw Intruder. And I'm double checking if there is any Lava Dart in the graveyard. It's okay. So let's see if they just chomp. And remember, this is a game where my opponent presented Lava Dart, flashed it back, and they played like 2 bolts, 3 blasts. This is this game. So now they go 2 mana. Or not. This is unfortunate, but I let it go because I have to. The worst case probably is like sneaky snack a discard into some good spells. They have 1 mana up and they pass. Now, they have 1 mana and they pass. If I'm playing as a good opponent, I think, there is 0 chance they have removal. Because they wouldn't have let me drawn a spell setter, right? So like, they could maybe bolt now. But the moment I go to the draw step, I know there is no removal. There's no way for there to be a removal. I also play my 5th land because this allows me to this is a resource game at this point. They tap the mountain. I think they're faking it. I don't think it makes any sense for them to have removal there. And of course, it does make sense to let this happen. I draw the sprite that would have punished them. So right now, I feel like I'm in a decent position. Spellsetter doesn't counter much though. Okay, now I'm expanding the graveyard just to see what's happening. Now we see the hacker. But now you see, because I didn't actually draw your attention to that. I kept my Intruder in hand. I'm sandbagging Intruder because it's not a damage game. Fairies don't often play a damage game. Intruder is much more useful as a combat trick later in the game. I didn't say that, but now it's paying off because I see Snacker and I'm like, whatever. Okay, now they have Lava Dart. Okay, that's the 2nd Lava Dart. But thankfully, they would have to use it twice. So now I could try to counter the back half when they sacrifice the land. I should have. I just counted the front half there. But they're doing this anyways. Flash Ilvoy in. Don't flash Intruder in, right? I'm sandbagging it for the second turn in a row. And now my ninja draws a second card. Now, it's not like this ninja has drawn an enormous amount of cards. It's just like 2, net plus 2. So I'm playing a land because I'm counting that Ilvoy sacrifice is 2, plus play Invoy, it's 3, plus sack that Invoy, it's 5, and play Intruder, that's 6. And so I want to do that 6th land. Now they play Highway Robbery, which is like, sure, they've got even more card advantage, more card selection at this point. So they're filtering through their deck. They've got 27 cards in their deck, so they've been through half, and they've seen 2 darts. And they just pass back. I flash an Ilvoy because why not? And Ilvoy is going to shine here because it can't be killed, essentially, right? You can always suck it with the lands. Now I Fairy Seer, and I see on top a Dispel and Counterspell, and I decide to top Counterspell but bottom Dispel. I attack in, and I'm going to perform the Intruder trick, naturally. And keeping it in hand for like 3 turns really is paying off. So now this happens. I don't draw a card just yet, but I've got a very nice board. I'm also insulated against like end of festivities or something. And now they play Highway Robbery. And I'm like, okay. I'll try to play through it. And they ditch Fiery Temper, which I'm really unhappy about. Because now my ninja might be dead, and I don't want to have a dead ninja. It's taking them quite some time to resolve this. And they go for Fiery Temper on Fairy Seer. And I'm like, sure, be my guest. Thank you very much. Nice gift. And they play a land, and they play Flame Breather. And then I immediately, bam, sack Ilvoy, bam, Counterspell. And upon asked, what just happened? And I said, I scried it with Fairy Seer. Oh. Right, remember? I said, I'm going top-bottom. And so now, if only they went Temper on Ninja, Flame Breather, but they thought, I'll kill a flyer and play a ground creature. And they just got punished for it. So now we've got a trigger. I'm drawing another card. If that's a Fairy Seer, I'm just playing cards they've got available to me. And I keep 1 card on top, and I, unfortunately, from the replay, I don't know what that is, but we'll see soon enough. And you can see my notes live on stream. Now, 2 mana, Flame Breather. We're, of course, resolving it because we can always kill it if we want to. An opponent might just show us the last card in their hand. And I'm thinking, well, if they have Pyroblast, like, the ninja is not attacking, right? I have to get rid of the Flame Breather. I just have to. So I probably might as well try to kill it. And that works. We untap. Oh, I topped another Gale Blade because I thought it's just free. And I'm attacking with all the non-ninja creatures. I'm not allowing them for the trade. And because if they trade, I'm kind of down on cards, but not really. Because, I am down on cards. But now if they want to bring it back easily with numerous lootings in the graveyard still, it's going to come back tapped, and it's just not fast enough to come back tapped, untap block, come back tapped, untap blocked. Now my opponent is Fiery Tempering, and I'm going to sack my Ilvoy. I don't know what's on top. So this was just... So I remember, I think I said on stream that I wouldn't play another Ilvoy and another sack, but I was happy to do it with just 1. And I did flip a Hydroblast. And my opponent plays a 3rd Lava Dart this game. 20 cards remaining in the deck. Ninja is dying. Sure, that just happened. I'm not trying to spike another counterspell on the top. I want to just play the game. I draw Intruder, which is excellent. I go to attacks and smash in. My opponent down to 3. Again, this is still the same game. Opponent, 3 mana. Another looting. Unfortunately, I have to say go, because I don't have anything to interact with them. But also, because I can't interact with them on the stack, I have to interact with them in combat. And I'm not going to flash in my intruder, because again, it's a combat trick. I need to make the most out of my creatures, the most out of my spells. And it's not a damage game. This was, of course, an excellent draw. Divination, that's a set of very bad draws. Opponent is basically bound to block, because otherwise I might just ninja. So I just have to offer a trade, which I go, okay, you lose 2 creatures, and now I've got 2 power and them at 3 life. 3 lava darts gone. But they have even more. They just keep having gas. They looting from the graveyard. They bring back Snacker. 1 card left. Epicure. So they start to gum up the ground with the blood available for future filtration. I'm like, okay, that's awesome. Okay, wow. Of 1 mind. Sure. But I want to Fairy Seer to see what I have, because I've got Ilvoy on the battlefield. And what I see is, I think, a land and a big ninja. So I'm like, attack all. If they block intruder, sure. If they don't, I'll sack and ninja. They do, I'm like, fine. Let's just resolve damage. And now they're at 2 against my 3 creatures. They do have Snacker. And they're going to discard with the blood. 12 cards left in their entire library. They have seen almost everything they could have. And let's see how that's going to end. Draw. That's the big ninja I left with Fairy Seer. I don't think I will play a land. Just attack in. And I don't need to do anything, because when they declare blocks, I'll just go pass priority, because 2 damage is ready to kill them. And then I proceed to screenshot that, because we just beat triple lava dart, all with flashback, coming back Snacker, and like 11 pyroblasts. So, fairies, kinda goat. Yeah, so it was a pretty long video, but this was a very extensive game, start to finish. I really wanted to show you that. And yeah, if you want more content from me and be kind of up to date with what I say about the deck, join my Discord down below. But also, join my Metafy, where I'm working on a sideboard guide for a new version with Ilvoy Galeblade. So yeah, thank you very much for joining. And as always, please remember to hold my hand and let's pass it together. And I will see you next time. Cheers. Boo!